Hey guys, before we go ahead and get started with the video, I want to take this time to shout out 5 of my YouTube membership members. They are going to be Random Planet, KDG, Vanessa Brooks, Omega Dragon 79, and William Chirinos. Thank you guys so much for your support over on YouTube memberships. If you guys want to be a part of my YouTube memberships, it only costs 99 cents per month. You'll get access to a badge right next to your name, exclusive emotes only available to YouTube memberships. You guys will be randomly shouted out on videos such as this one. And last but not least, you guys will automatically be entered into a $15 monthly gift card giveaway that I do at the end of every month. All of that for 99 cents per month. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the video. What's up everybody, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel, back with another video on Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In today's video, we have the Art of Sice, a brand new character from Type 0 that is going to be entering the world of Global Opera Omnia in a few days. We're going to be talking about everything that she brings with her kit. Again, friendly reminder, I always want to encourage you guys to not only watch my videos on these characters, but also the videos of the rest of the fantastic content creators out there, as well as utilizing your resources such as the Compendium, Tonberry Troop, all of that good stuff, so then that way you guys are well informed and can make an educated decision on whether or not this character is either worth it for you or not worth it for you. But without further ado, let's go ahead and move forward with the Art of Sice. So a little bit of an overview on Sice as a character. She is a melee dark damage dealer. She has access to traps, evasion, self-healing, and enemy turn manipulation. I think of her as like pretty much a Grim Reaper, because a Grim Reaper is hard to kill. There's your evasion. They self-heal by stealing your life. I'm not sure about the enemy turn manipulation, but the traps, I'm pretty sure you can kind of like get creative there with your imagination in regards to what a Grim Reaper does, and then also the dark damage. So she's actually a pretty cool character, to be honest, and I like how she wields a scythe. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about her buffs, her debuffs, and her special effects first, starting off with her framed buff, Cynical Cadet. This gives her attack up, Embrave up, and stolen Embrave overflow up to herself. A self-dark enchant, it allows any of her abilities to lower enemies' dark resistance, so it makes them more vulnerable to dark. It also allows her to retain a portion of her brave after she deals her HP attacks. She also grants herself an evasion up. This is a generic buff, however, keep this in mind, it's at 100% evasion if you have her 15 CP passive equipped. So she has 100% evasion as long as you have that 15 CP passive equipped with this buff. Her debuff that she inflicts is called Tenacious Vortex. It is framed, it has defense down, and then while an enemy is afflicted, it triggers her Tenacious Vortex trap attack. This triggers after any field turn while it is afflicted on enemies. What that means is that pretty much after any action, whether it's yours, whether it's the enemies, whether it's a call, a C65, this trap will trigger. It deals 6 Dark Brave hits and an HP attack with splash damage, and it also has Brave Refund. Her special effect, now we're going to go ahead and cover that, is called Malice. This is available at the start of the quest. It caps out at 2 stacks. This gives her attack up, Embrave up, and HP damage up, and the effects of these are more potent based on the stacks. It also changes the properties of all of her Brave and HP attacks, her Skill 2, her EX, and her LD to either their plus or plus versions based on the stacks. Now the stacks will decrease if Scythe is broken, which is the reason why she has that 100% evasion, so that way you retain the 2 stacks, and that way she's performing at the best of her capabilities. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about her actual skills. Again, these are just summaries. If you guys want to see full details about what these do, I suggest you check out the Compendium because everything is listed down on there. Her skill 1 is Phantom Scythe. This deals 4 dark AoE brave hits and split HP attacks 4 times. It also grants 1 stack of Malice and her generic evasion up buff. Her skill 2, Dark Nebula, along with its other variants, deals 5 Dark Brave hits and an HP attack 4 times. That is for the plus variant, and it also delays the enemy target's turn. This is a single target attack, and it delays that enemy's turn by 1. Her C65 is called Set Malice Slash. This deals 2 Brave hits and an HP attack. It increases Malice by 1 stack. It also gives her attack up and Brave damage cap up to herself. Her EX is called Negative Aura, alongside its plus and plus variants. Deals 4 Dark AoE Brave hits and a split HP attack 5 times. Again, that is for the plus variant because that's the one that you're going to usually have access to. It moves the next turn of all targets to after the enemy's turn who is furthest away. The furthest enemy turn does not move. So picture this. Imagine there's 3 enemies, A, B, C. Let's say C's turn is the furthest away. When she uses the skill, she'll move A and B's turn right after C's. So it's kind of like a turn delay in a sense. Kind of weird, but that's what she does with that. She also self-heals with this skill with her HP and converts any excess heals to Brave, and she also increases her Malice by 1 stack and also grants her framed buff Cynical Cadet. Finally, let's go ahead and talk about her LD, which is Death Maelstrom, alongside its plus and plus variants. So the plus variant, which is the one that you want to use, deals 5 Dark AoE Brave hits and a 100% AoE HP attack 4 times. It inflicts her Tenacious Vortex frame debuff on all enemies, and it also grants her a free usage of her skill 1, skill 2, or her C65 on her next turn. So what are my final thoughts on Scythe? I actually think she's a great damage dealer. She has fantastic output in all of her skills, coupled with her enemy turn manipulation with that delay and that unique way of moving enemies' turns. Her traps are super efficient. They're so efficient because they trigger after any action occurs. And even as a call, it inflicts, her LD call actually inflicts that debuff, and you could take advantage of that as well. So she's super cool. Her traps are really fun. She has great self-sustainability. Again, she has the self-HP heals and also that evasion, so she could stay alive and also take advantage of her special effects staying at 2 stacks. I will say, however, that she does lack Brave Refund in between her skills, so you might want to consider pairing her with units that provide that, so then that way you're improving her overall damage output. Now, the Dark Element is literally in almost all of her skills, and that will hinder her performance in Dark Immune, Dark Absorb, and later on in the Shinryu era, there are Elemental Lockout fights where you have to use a specific element, and if it's not the Dark Element, Scythe is not going to be doing as well in that particular fight. Now, because she has access to that off-turn damage or those traps, that does scale well into the FR era, but keep in mind that upon the making of this video, she still has yet to receive her FR enhancements. However, upon the making of this video, her Lost Chapters, I believe, is coming out soon to JP, so she should be getting that soon. But just keep that in mind that for Global, she's not going to be seeing those FR enhancements anytime soon. But because she has that off-turn damage, she could be a unit that you could consider taking into the Shinryu era for that off-turn damage. And I've seen a few people use her actually in a few Shinryu stages. So all in all, I think for an LD only character, she's super solid, great damage, super self-sustainability, turn manipulation. The traps are super efficient because they trigger like after any action. I think she's a fantastic unit, but again, don't take my word for it. Do your guys' research, watch the other content creators' videos, check out all the different sources out there for Dissidia Opera Omnia, so then that way you guys can make an educated decision on whether or not you're going to be pulling for this character or not. Alright, so now we're going to get into some live gameplay here. I am taking a Type 0 team, and I specifically chose a fight that has more than one enemy, so then that way when we use her EX, you can actually see that weird turn manipulation that she does if we can have access to it right away. Okay, so she does start off with 1 stack of Malice and 3 turns of her EX buff, and she also gets a free skill usage right off the bat. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I am going to actually C65. I want 2 stacks of Malice right away. And then, okay, so they're not targeting her, because normally what I would do is go right into her skill 1, so then that way we get the evasion, the 100% evasion. But because they're not targeting her, I'm just going to actually go ahead and inflict her LD, so we get to see the traps in action. And the next turn, we should have access to her EX. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys this. This is pretty cool, so let's do this, and you guys will get to see the traps in action. So it's after any field action. Now, anytime the traps trigger, just keep in mind the duration of the debuff does decrease. So keep that in mind, that anytime they trigger, it does decrease. And I think that's to keep it balanced. So then that way you're not super abusing it, because that would just be broken if the turns didn't decrease. Okay. And let's just use this. All right, with Rem, oh, look at that. See, now we're triggering all those traps. Super cool, right? All right, so with Rem, let's just use her turn swap. I want to bring, actually, no. Scythe's turn is coming up next, so let's just do this. There we go. And we need to refresh Scythe's EX buff anyways, because she only has one turn of it left. And we'll take a look at her other skills too. Okay, I know that she has free skill usage, but I'm going to forego using that and go right into the EX because I want that Cynical Cadet buff up. Awesome. Okay, we're triggering the orb. And as you could see, I'm not sure if you guys were able to notice, but she did move the target's turn after the further target enemy's turn. Weird way of turn manipulating, but it's cool. I think it's pretty cool. There we go. And just for the heck of it, let's just bring Scythe's turn right back, and we could do the turn delay. Forget if these enemies are immune to turn delay, but let's just see, because we can use her skill too and see if we can get the turn delay. Let's see here. Skill 2, which is the single target. Yep, we got the turn delay, and we got the traps. So as you can see, guys, she's super fun. Scythe is super fun. Very efficient traps since they trigger literally after any action that happens on the field. She is self-sustainable. She can heal herself. She has that evasion that you can rely on. So then that way, in case there's an AoE attack coming, you're not going to lose the benefits of having her 2 stacks. She has turn manipulation. So I think overall, she's a fantastic unit. And hopefully this video helps you guys prepare for her upcoming release on Global Opera Omnia. This is 40 the Broadway Saiyan signing out. Mahal, everyone.